Imagine waking up in the middle of the Sahara Desert and seeing snow, not frost, not a thin layer of ice, real snow. White dunes stretching across the horizon where endless heat should exist. For most people, the Sahara means only one thing: extreme heat, temperatures above 40 degrees Celsius. An ocean of burning sand that stretches for thousands of kilometers across North Africa. It's the largest hot desert on Earth. But sometimes nature does something completely unexpected, something that feels almost impossible. Snow falls in the Sahara. It sounds like a myth, but it has actually happened several times. In January of 2018, a rare weather event covered parts of the Sahara Desert in Algeria with snow. For a brief moment, the massive orange dunes transformed into a surreal winter landscape. Bright white snow resting on top of warm desert sand. Some dunes were covered with several centimeters of snow, forming strange patterns that looked like frozen waves across the desert. For people living nearby, it was an unbelievable sight. Many locals had lived in the desert their entire lives and had never seen snow before. Yet suddenly, snowflakes were falling from the sky above the Sahara. But how can something like this happen in one of the hottest places on Earth? The answer lies in unusual atmospheric conditions. From time to time, cold air from Europe travels unusually far south toward North Africa. When that cold air collides with moist air moving across the Mediterranean region, temperatures can drop rapidly. If the air cools enough, precipitation forms. And if the temperature falls below freezing, that precipitation becomes snow, even in the Sahara. Satellites have actually captured these rare moments from space. Images from NASA's Landsat program clearly show the desert dunes covered in snow. From orbit, the landscape looks almost unrecognizable. The familiar orange desert becomes a mix of white and gold stretching across the horizon. It's a reminder of how powerful and unpredictable Earth's climate can be. Snow in the Sahara is extremely rare, but it's not completely unique. Historical records show several confirmed events over the past few decades. In 1979, a snowstorm even stopped traffic in parts of the Algerian Sahara. Then again in 2016, in 2018, and later in 2021. Each time, the desert briefly transformed into something almost magical, a place where the cold touches the hottest desert on Earth. But the transformation never lasts long. The Sahara quickly returns to its natural state. As the sun rises higher, temperatures begin to climb rapidly. Unlike colder climates where snow may stay for days or weeks, the desert reacts much faster. Within just a few hours, the snow begins to melt. Water sinks into the warm sand beneath the surface. The white dunes slowly fade away. By the afternoon, most of the snow has already disappeared. The desert returns to its usual colors, endless orange dunes under a bright blue sky. If you arrived only a few hours later, you might never know that snow had fallen at all. This is what makes these events so fascinating. For a brief moment, the Sahara becomes something completely different. The hottest desert on Earth transforms into an unexpected winter landscape. For scientists, these rare events are also extremely valuable. They help researchers better understand unusual weather patterns and climate behavior in North Africa. When cold air travels farther south than normal, it reveals just how dynamic the atmosphere really is. But because the Sahara is so dry, snowfall here will always remain extremely rare. Most people living in the desert might only witness snow once in their entire lifetime, and when it happens, it becomes a moment people never forget. Photos spread quickly across the world. Videos go viral online. Millions of people suddenly see something they thought was impossible. Snow falling in the largest hot desert on Earth, a place known for extreme heat, briefly touched by winter. Moments like this remind us of something important. Even in the most extreme places on our planet, nature can still surprise us. And sometimes, the hottest desert in the world can become one of the most unexpected winter landscapes on Earth.